Hello. I'm gonna go live and hopefully this will be reasonably short, but I'm gonna talk about vendor events, and my experience with them, what I think is helpful to know if you haven't done them before, how to prepare, what to do afterwards, and how to kind of judge if it was worth it or not. So I've got 15 little points that I want to cover. So buckle up, get a snack, get a drink. It might take them a little while to get through this because vendor events have been like really helpful for me. And I think that they're worth trying at least once for you. Because it's so good for contacts and like leads. And tons of other things, but let's get started. So first things first. You have to be organized if you're going to be doing vendor events, especially if you have more than one on your calendar. You can't, technically you can just show up, set up, and just fly by the seat of your pants, but I don't think it's going to be efficient and effective. I feel like you're going to end up wasting a lot of opportunities to connect with people if you're not organized. So that means having adequate supplies with you, getting to the place early so that you can have plenty of time to set up. Let's see, having items on hand that are interesting to other people, especially if they've never seen Scentsy. Give them something that's like to look through, you know, stuff that's pretty much popular or like the bestsellers. And I might go into more detail about how to be organized later. I'm thinking about making a checklist for before, during, and after. It's something that I've been meaning to do for myself for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it. But sorry, I can't quit messing with my hair. When I get that made for myself, I'll share that on here. And then, of course, it's all a suggestion. You know, run your business how you want to. If you're you know, if you're more of a hobbyist and you're just doing this for fun or just to earn cash back on what you buy and you don't really think that this is for you, you know, I'm not pushing you into it. It's just I'm offering you my experience. Let's see. Number 2, do not break the bank paying for booth fees. Okay, so if you don't know what a booth fee is, it's what you pay up front to secure your space in a vendor event. It can range a lot from like free to like thousands of dollars. So it really, I'm sorry, I just got a message, that's why I got distracted. Depends on where you are in your business. I want to caution you, if you are not maybe like a superstar consultant, okay, at star consultant, that's when I would start personally paying more for booth fees. But right now, as a lead consultant, and of course, let me start with this. I started doing events as soon as I started when I was an essential consultant. And it helped me go from essential to certified to lead in the first 70 days. I double promoted because I was doing events. And I'm really glad that I did because, you know, I got the results fast and it helped me out a lot. Especially because that happened right after I got let go from my job. But yeah, right now, I don't think I've paid more than $40 for a booth. No, just kidding, $46, because I paid for the electricity too. So, and I'm almost at my 5-month mark. So, you'll have the base booth fee, and then they'll charge you for electricity, like always. So, and I highly recommend getting electricity if you can. One thing that I bought that I kind of think is a waste of money, but I'm going to end up using for personal use, it's like this big like battery pack generator that you can, I think it's solar powered, I don't know, but it didn't work like very well at all for what I needed. I was trying to do an outdoor event and have things plugged in, and it basically like didn't last long at all. It's meant for camping, but I was like, okay, this is not great for me. but now I'm gonna, you know, repurpose it for when my dad goes to like hotels or something. He's got a CPAP machine, so we'll always have that as for like backup power, or if the power goes out here. So I didn't waste my money completely, but it's not meant like great for my Scentsy business. But yeah, I do highly recommend getting electricity, because the warmers, they come alive when they're lit up, and also light and color drag people or pull people in. I don't think I've ever looked at a table with nothing around it except products on it, laying flat with no height difference or anything, and thought, oh, I want to go over there and look at that. Like, no, you need some kind of like sparkle to get somebody to like catch their eye. But if it's not within means for you, then it's fine. You know, skip it, go on. Play to the strengths you have. So, I flipped these. I meant to say this one first. You need to read compliance. If you haven't read the compliance guide yet, I don't know what you're doing, to be honest. Compliance is something that you need to master yourself, and you need to get really clear on it, because you need to be aware of what you're doing, if it's allowed or not. And if you do choose to do things that are against compliance, you need to be aware of the risks you're taking, because they can cancel your account and you will lose your business. So compliance has a couple sections in there around marketing and what kind of events you're allowed to do. So, but I'm going to tell you, if you don't completely get compliance, the best people to ask are consultant support, because they know all the ins and outs. And if you find an event that feels like it's in a gray area, send them the details and they will either approve it or deny it before you even put down a deposit for your booth fee. So you gotta be thinking about that just before you even plan like what kind of stuff you're gonna bring. So let's see, that is 2, because I counted be organized as number 0, because I feel like that's the basics for everything. So number 3, plan around electricity. That goes into number 2. So if you're not gonna have electricity, then something that I didn't figure out until later is leave the cords inside the box and put it through the top of your box, and then put your warmer on top. So it's like it looks more neat. I'm mad that I didn't learn that until literally like my 2 events ago. But you know, there's a way that you can leave your cord in the box, and then you close the box top, and then you set the warmer right on top so that the rest of it's inside. And then of course it's off, but it's still on display and it looks tidy and professional. While we're at displays, I don't recommend pricing things or putting price stickers on anything. I wasted so much time pricing every single thing I had, because I ended up changing my prices because I realized I kind of did it in a way I didn't want to. And I was like, oh, I need to change that. So I had to take off all of the stickers. Thankfully, the stickers were like $2. There was those little bitty Avery ones that were square or rectangles, I guess. But I did waste a lot of time. And unfortunately, that's just going to be what it is. So, number 4, only take the bestsellers. So, I don't think that you should take stuff like the really expensive warmers, because you got to think about the car space you have, how much room you're going to have on your table, or if you have multiple tables in your booth, you need to think about how much energy you're going to have to unload and reload everything, if you're going to have any day of help from a family member or friend or somebody else. And personally, I don't ever take help. I mean, I've had one person help me at a Halloween event, and that was my best friend, so like she didn't want me to pay her or anything. But you know, if you've got somebody helping you, you should think about like that's their labor, and they're either being really generous and giving up their labor and their time and their day for you, or you're going to compensate them in some way. And of course that's your business decision, but you should always, you know, find a way to be appreciative if somebody does help you out. But that's why I do whatever I can to be the only person that needs to go. Because my schedule is my schedule. I'm working when I need to work, when I want to work. That's the benefit of running your business like this. So yeah, only take the bestsellers because, and bestsellers are going to differ, but depending on the month, the season, the year, what your opinions of bestsellers are, things that work well for you. Don't take something to an event that you've never used or you don't know much about, because people are going to ask you, what does this do? What's the benefits? Tell me about it. Why should I get it? What do I need this for? If you don't kind of know enough about it, they're just gonna think that you're not really an authority figure or an expert at all, and they're just gonna kind of like lose faith in you and probably just walk away. So you've got to be the expert in what you're taking. You need to read all of the FAQ sheets on the training center of Scentsy, of the workstation, because you don't want to be caught knowing or not knowing something. And I'll get back to that later. Okay, I'll just say now, practice your blurbs. If there's something you don't completely get about a product, you may want to practice, like write out an example of how you would describe that, or the features or benefits, and practice saying it, just even to yourself, like, or in the mirror, because it's kind of like muscle memory, I guess. You know, if you said something before, it'll stick better. And then, of course, back with taking the bestsellers, take Luna. Take some Luna. Take more Luna than you think you need. I don't know how I've gotten by like this, but I've only taken like 2 bars of Luna once, and it ended up being like the perfect amount because nobody else asked for it. But I know I've gotten lucky because Luna is very popular. So, because there are some people that, like the people that bought Luna from me, came up to me and said, "Do you have any Luna?" Like, I didn't even get to say hi. I was like, "Okay, here you go." Get them what they want. So yeah, and especially because we have that new wrap and wear bracelet, take that in Luna if you can, and then give out like cut off pieces of the rope as like samples. Not enough to make a bracelet, but and then like let people smell it, and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, they're gonna change their mind. So that's just, you know, a tip or something to think about. I was like, I could have sworn this. Enter my drawing. You need these. Or you need something like it. Or, you know, think about how you're going to collect leads. A lead is somebody that could potentially become a customer, or a new team member, or a party host, or somebody who like can connect you to another group of people or tell you about other events, you know. Basically just like make friends with people, okay? Enter my drawing. It's asking for name, address, city, state, zip, phone, date, email, I'm interested in, and then they have different options to check off. And then host name, you don't have to, you can say skip that. But if you're not using something like this, you need to have a way to take some information. And the way that I get information from people is I say, hey, would you like to enter my giveaway? I always do a giveaway of some sort when I do vendor events, because if you've taken the time out of your day to stop by and talk to me, I want to show appreciation if I can. And then that kind of gets them like, oh, okay, yeah, I'd love to share my information with you. Yeah. One time I forgot these, and what I did was I went to my Amy and I copied the link for the online form, which I prefer because then they're typing it in and I don't have to take these papers and type them into my phone. That's a whole other, that's a rant. And that's one thing that I'm going to improve the next time I do my next event. I'm not even going to take these. I'm going to take a piece of paper with the QR code of my contact form online and have it on there, like enter my giveaway, and then put the QR code there. And then it's time stamped. So if you're worried that you've got, maybe if you're doing it an event Saturday and Sunday, it'll time stamp. So it'll say like, or you can check on Saturday night, take a screenshot of all the entries you have, and then if you don't have the time or the energy that night to do all the welcome email, welcome texts or do the drawing that night. Take a screenshot of who entered that day, and then Sunday you'll see the cutoff of Saturday and then Sunday. But yeah, so that's how you lead generate in person. These are also great to take to parties. Excuse me. I've said like so many times. I hope it doesn't bother y'all too much. Okay, I need to break myself of that habit. So number 6, be prepared to take different forms of payment. If you don't have Square, I really believe in Square. That little thing that you plug into your phone and you can swipe cards. It's so helpful because I don't carry cash ever. Every event I've been to, because I know that they're not big events, I don't take cash. I tell people, I don't have cash on me to make change, but I have all these other options, and at least there's always something that works for them. I can take cash, but normally at the beginning I don't have ones or fives to break anything. So I can take cash, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. Having a multiple ways of taking payment is going to increase your odds of getting a sale. That's the whole point of going to vendor events, is to sell things, change people's lives, give them the scent that they want, that they need, help them find new ways to enrich their lives through fragrance. Because I believe in fragrance a lot. Super transformative, and that's just the best part about doing vendor events, is you show somebody a smell and they're like, oh my gosh, yes. I'm like, it's gourd. So that's just, optimize your chances of getting them something in their hands to go home with them. So let's see. Number 7, try your best to be branded with a button, a shirt, a hat, or something else. So if you don't have a tablecloth that says Scentsy for your table, or you don't have a sign or something, or I have the wax display tube or it's a spinning display that you can put wax pods, scent packs, scent circles, car bars, buddy clips on, and it spins and it's got Scentsy on both sides. So I have that, but it's not necessary, but just try to do something that says Scentsy. I think the shirts are great. There's always shirts available on the Vista Print store, the Pro Shop, through your consultant store on the workstation. And then Scentsy sometimes does limited edition shirts. I'm sorry, I need to go on. They do shirts themselves, and so I have the one from fall that says Leaves, Lattes, and Scentsy. And then I also have their little elf one for the holidays that says I love Scentsy. Or if you want to make your own shirt with your website name, that's fine, or do something that kind of represents you. Or for me, I like to use pineapples in my branding and yellow and black. So if I didn't have a shirt that was Scentsy, I would probably wear my pineapple hat, because I have a hat with a pineapple on it. But I have the Scentsy hat right there. That's $10. That's so cheap. So that's a good idea. I remember it's a business expense, but don't break your bank. Do what you can when you can. But I think they have buttons, or you can get a button made really inexpensively. I'm sure you can go on Amazon and look for custom buttons, and then put independent Scentsy consultant and then your name and maybe the QR code of your website on your button, and then you're wearing that, and somebody can just scan it. There you go, problem solving. I'm pretty sure buttons like that are $5, maybe. I should maybe look at that for myself. Let's see. Number 8, plan for indoor or outdoors. So during the summer, outdoor events with wax, you're gonna need some coolers. And I haven't ever done an outdoor event when it was really hot. Thankfully, I started doing my events in September. so it wasn't that hot, and I had a tent that helped cool it down, so I didn't have a lot of sweating of the wax or melting of the wax or something. But that is something you have to keep in mind, especially if you're buying a booth space months in advance, because that's probably what you're gonna have to do. Vendor events fill up fast, all of them. So think about that while you're planning. If it's cold, you know, you might be perfect, but you also might have fewer people, foot traffic walking around because it's cold. And then when it comes to tent, I would recommend the one that I got, or get some kind of tent that you could, if it starts raining like a lot, you could put the screens on. How are they called, screens? Like the fabric sides, and zip it up so that, you know, not everything's getting like completely. Okay, my phone is on 20%. That's why. I hope it didn't pause. Okay. But yeah, your location and event space is going to be important when you think about how you'll be able to set up and what you need to take. Let's see. Number 9, decide what literature you will take. So, the best tip I ever got when it comes to this kind of stuff, like all the pamphlets and stuff, is from Jennifer Anderson. The showcase brochures on the consultant store are gorgeous, glossy print. They look great. They're thinner, like way thinner than the full-size catalog, and they're cheaper per item. So like a catalog is, I don't know, maybe $3 each. I don't know, but the showcase brochures are maybe half that price or something, but way easier to hand out than the full-size catalogs. And I think it's less intimidating for people when you try to hand them like the showcase brochure, because it's thin. It's not like, oh my gosh, she's handing me this huge book, because the catalog is pretty big. The only thing that the showcase brochure doesn't have is the bundle and save page, but you can always print that out and get it laminated from like Staples or Home Depot or another store like that, and just have it on you if they want to, if they have questions. But so definitely think about the showcase brochure. Think about your business cards. You need to have like a good stock of those. If you can, get 2 business card holders and put them at different spots of your table, so that people on either end can get one, and they're not like just walking away because they can't reach it. So, and then like if we have the holiday collection or the harvest collection brochures, take those if you can. Let's see. In your starter pack, starter kit, you may have gotten other brochures, like the one that compares the diffusers and the warmers, and the laundry items, body items. Like there's a ton of brochures on the consultant store you can look at and pair it up with what you're taking. Think about, okay, so I'm not taking any laundry products. I maybe don't need to take those brochures because I don't have anything there for them to take home. But like if I'm taking diffusers and warmers, I should take the showcase brochure and maybe the brochure that folds open with the information about the different diffusers and warmers. You know, just coordinate that however you think is most logical for your event. Let's see here. Number 10, bags. So when I got my kit, I got the $99 kit. So it's a full size, and it came with a, I don't know if the host bag. I don't think the host kit comes with bags, but they're like the clear bags that you can put product in, and it's got Scentsy branded on it. Looks very professional, great. There's a bunch of different sizes. There's a size that fits just a catalog and maybe some samples, and there's a size that's small, maybe for wax and maybe laundry products. And then there's a medium, a large, and extra large. I think that's all of them. The extra large ones you will need if you're selling warmers, because I would be so ill if I bought a warmer from somebody and they gave it to me in like just the box. And like, especially if you're at an event, people are walking around, they have things else to look at, you know? So get the big ones. And what I've started doing is I don't go to a show without having, I have a box of like random crap that I just put behind the table. And I always have a variety of bag sizes, and they are prepped with any like samples that I'm handing out that day, and the brochures, and also sometimes I make up customer opportunity packs. I take my envelope and do like almost the same as my Happy Mail, except I, you know, don't have any addresses on it or something, or maybe put chunkier wax pieces in there for samples in the bags. But I'll add those, and I'll have multiple bags ready so that when I'm making a sale, I get the bag, I put what they want in it, and they don't have to wait, because time is money, especially if you got a busy crowd, because I've only had one busy crowd and that was chaotic, and I'm glad that I had those prepped. But save yourself some time at the event and have bags prepped and ready to go, because you want to be able to take whatever they've got in their hands, put it in a bag, get their money, and send them on their way as fast as possible. Of course, you know, don't cut them short if they're trying to like converse with you, but you want them to kind of get that instant gratification if they can. It helps them feel better about their purchase. And of course, when you make a sale, you're gonna really benefit if you've gotten their information. If you haven't gotten their information, say, hey, while I'm bagging up your order, can you fill this out for me? I'll enter you into my giveaway. And you don't have to worry about being around here. I'll mail it to you if you win, or something like that. And it can just be a scent circle, or like a flat body sample, or a felt sample. You know, they don't need to know what the giveaway is, but get that information. When they walk away, turn it over and write down what they got. Or even while they're there, write down what they got, so that you can enter it into your Amy app, or you can write it down on whatever follow-up system you're working with. Because I've had a few customers that I don't know what they bought. I can't remember. And I was like, dang it, I feel so bad. Because now I can't ask them about it. I can just say like, hi, how are your Scentsy items? And I have to be vague and don't get like good feedback from them. So definitely always try to write stuff on the back here. Or if you learn anything about them. I had this one lady recently tell me that her office building got hit by a tornado. So she's working from home. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awful. Of course, like I tried to sympathize, but then when she left, I wrote that down so that I can remember that and be aware if there's anything that I need to communicate to her next time she talks to me, I know that. And I've got that in my notes on her profile, because you don't want to be putting your foot in your mouth when you don't have to. Or like you know a detail about somebody and then you just completely glaze over it. So, you know, customer management, or relationship management is really important. And these little pieces of paper can be life-changing. Okay, what's up? Okay, so samples. Decide if you're going to take samples with you, or if you're just going to be like, here, smell anything, take your time. It just depends on what you can do. Wax is always a good thing to take to sample. This is the January scent of the month that I did recently. And then I've got these made up. I probably won't ever take this specific kind to an event, because I've got a sticker on there that says, Dear VIP, thank you so much for supporting my Scentsy business. You are helping me turn my dreams into reality. Heart, heart, heart. Please enjoy this premium sample, Appleberry Soak. So this is heavier. If I ever have to mail this, I'm going to have to use a non-machinable stamp and potentially like an additional ounce stamp. So this is something that what I deem a customer to be VIP would get. So I may not take this to an event with me. I take the smaller ones though, the smaller body samples. And I also like doing that as a VIP sample, because we can't buy samples pre-made of Scentsy soap. So, and I didn't really, my first event I took a whole bag of Scentsy soap, and that was almost disastrous because it almost fell over. And the way that I opened it, I didn't have it open before I got there, and then I felt kind of weird, like giving it to people to smell. I was like, makes me uncomfy, especially with like the pandemic. But yeah, so if you want to push something, feature something, take it with you as a sample and share it. So pick things that you like too, so that you can be authentic about it. Let's see, we've already been over 12. Practice your blurbs. Get confident in talking about Scentsy and sharing it. Number 13, follow up. That's what these are for. Or your online contact form. Or if you're putting their phone number, putting their phone number into your phone, like right there, that's fine. Just always text them. And even if they didn't buy anything, I like to text and say, hey, name. This is Katie Eves. I'm the Scentsy lady that you met at this location last weekend, yesterday, today, whatever day. I just wanted to take a minute to reach out and say thank you for stopping by my table. I appreciate you taking time to talk to me. I enjoyed meeting you. What scents do you like? And then that can be like your lead into, if they do respond and tell you what kind of scents they like, make their add a note to their customer profile or paper, however you track. And then, if you have extra time, put together an example 6-pack of car bars or wax. And if you don't think they have a warmer, I would recommend doing a sample 6-pack of car bars or scent circles. So because they don't have to buy the warmer to try them. And then say, hey, I was thinking about you recently, as like a follow-up to the smells. A couple days later, say, hey, I was thinking about the scents that you said you liked, and I had some extra time, so I went ahead and put together like a sample 6-pack for you. It's got this much savings in it. So, with the scent circles, you get a free scent circle. It's the buy 5, get 1. So you can say that, and then maybe make a cute graphic, or just send them the links to each scent, or send them a screenshot of the 6-pack made in the order cart. So, just that customer service of like reminding them that you're thinking of them, because we all just need somebody to like think about us compassionately, even if that just means what we think they might like to smell. And then that can help you be more compassionate in like the whole relationship, keeping them in mind. And I guess that's it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I have 2 more. Number 14, data entry. So if you don't have that online contact form and you've got these, as soon as you humanly possibly can, put them in your tracking software, whatever you're doing, because I had an event last weekend, and then I just now put all those in my phone today, and it was a pain. I was like, I can't believe I didn't do this right after I got home. Oh my gosh. And that's another thing, unload your car as soon as you get home, because one time I didn't unload my car for like a week and a half, and I had to drive around with my seats down and everything in there except the wax. I always take the wax out, but just unload your car as soon as you can. Or like do the things that you think are going to be hard, do it as soon as you get home, because you're going to be tired. Events are so tiring, but it's worth it because it's such a unique atmosphere. It's not like a home party. It's not like seeing somebody at work. It's, they know what they're there for. They're there to buy things. And so the barrier to making sales is a little less present. So worth it, but tiring. And then lastly, evaluate and analyze. Jennifer Anderson's video on events was really helpful when I figured this out. You need to look at what sold well, what people asked for, any other commonalities you notice, maybe the age group, the type of people you met, and then also maybe the price points that they all stopped at. Think about that. Like, okay, if I'm in this area again, I can expect this amount of sales per customer. Or, maybe here's alternative, or this is like, you can think about things that would complement the average order you got that day and use that as a upsell next time. And then also with the evaluate part and of the evaluate and analyze, you need to think about how much did I spend on the booth fee. Okay, so I need to break even at least on the booth fee. So I sold this amount of money of products. I had this much in cash or payments on my other apps. If I were getting commission on this money, would it have covered the booth fee? So if your booth fee was $50, and if you only sold $100 worth of product at that event, 20% at the lowest rate of commission is $20. So you're negative 30. You invested $30 more than you got back from that event. So you might think, okay, this event's not for me again. I need to, you know, think about a different location or try something different. But yeah, so I think I've covered everything. I'm sure as soon as I get off here, I'll think of something different, and I'll just have to do a part 2. But again, looking for those outlines. It may take me a while because that's something that I really want to take a good amount of time and effort to get concisely and have like flow really well on how to. Hey, I can't see who's on here again, but hello. I'm just wrapping up this video about events, and I'll of course post it and save it onto this page and put it on YouTube. So yeah, then you can always ask me for help. I would love to help you figure out if you want to go to this event or how to look for events, and like what to take. So yeah. Okay, dokie. I'm out of breath. I've talked a lot, so bye. See you later.